over 32 Prim art car. What's going on, everybody? Thomas XSL here with Queenie Meow, and this is the video that probably a lot of people have been waiting for, been wanting to know how is there a way to build a vehicle over 32 Prim in Second Life? And the answer is yes. And there's a couple ways to do it, but I mean it's gotten easier now than it was in the past. And this is an extension video from when we started building cars in Second Life. We got two videos. We built a simple green car, and then we built a more detailed blue car. If you remember this guy. If you haven't seen the videos yet, go ahead and go back and check them out. They're on this channel, the Into SL series. The green one is just building a simple car in Second Life, and this was from this blue car here is from the building an unlockable car in Second Life, and it's got a little more detail. It looks more like a car, and the green one kind of looked like a kid's ride-on toy, but this one had a little bit better features, a little more detailing. All the wheels rotate, the lights come on, the front wheels steer, they turn when you steer. I believe it has a passenger script in it as well. I think we put in, yeah, we did. Yeah, that ball's for a passenger script. It's for a passenger sit, I should say. But so this video is a extension of when we built this car. And so first off, to understand the future, we must know the past. So as always, I'm going to go into a little bit of back history and vehicles in general, but I'm just going to say cars. Cars in Second Life, for some reason, I'm not sure what, vehicles are only able to be built with 31 Prims, with 31 building blocks. If you build over that, they would just not work. And I believe it's the same in all virtual worlds, like in-worlds and all that. It was in-worlds, Outlands, and those other. There's a ton of other ones, OS Grid and whatnot. But like in Second Life, you try to add extra pieces on past 31. Past 31 pieces, the car will not run. And so this car here is 30 pieces. So what? So in the early days, early years in Second Life, they had really had like just one option for cars that they wanted to make over 31 Prims, and that was to have just the chassis and the wheels as a resible item, and then with the rest of the car being more or less a detail pack that you would wear on your avatar. So you would actually, I think I have something. I have a setup like that too. Let me see if it's more. Oh, here we are. This is a great example right here. Monster Taxi boxed. A taxi bottom set out. So this is how they would do. I'm gonna scoot this over. This is how originally people were building over 31 Prim cars in Second Life. Taxi bottom you set out, and this is a monster cab, so it's all jacked up and raised. Alright, so you got the chassis here of this car. I'm trying to drag, there we go. It's 15 Prims. So what you would do is you would click to drive. This is the cab, so it's weird with the Second Life cab. You sit in the back seat and drive. You don't sit in the driver's seat. And then the taxi top, you wear this part. Oh, and let me turn off my AO. Okay. Let me stand up and take a reseat. Okay, there we go. Had my AO on. So you would sit to drive, and then with the top, you would click and go where. I'm gonna hit add to warn. Okay, somebody. Alright, this isn't right. Somebody did not, they didn't set this part right. I'm just gonna set it real quick. Attach to, I'm gonna say spine. It's still crooked as all get out, but I can better rotate it. Well, it all depends on your pose as well. If your pose is all like cattywampus and you're sitting however, then the piece you wear is going to be sitting however. And you can see I'm kind of turned in the way I'm sitting. I'm kind of turned, so this taxi isn't going to line up perfectly. If I had made this, I would have just went with the just a simple drive pose. For some reason, it's not wanting to go forward. What's the root? Oh, the root prim is up there. See that prim that's kind of like a yellow ball. That's what the problem is. The root prim's too far away from your avatar. But this video isn't about getting this cab perfect. It's just about showing you. It's just about showing you. I'll leave it like that. So this is how it was. Early on in Second Life, you had to res out the chassis, you sit on it, and then you wear the body. But somewhere over time, either this cab wasn't properly set up, or whoever had it last, like, try to improve the wear feature and didn't improve it, and then they just boxed it up like this. But this has got a crap fit. But that's how you would that's how you would do it. You'd wear it, and then you would go driving. But since this is an older vehicle, I'm not gonna drive this because it's probably gonna do 200 miles an hour when I hit the gas, because physics were really bad back then in Second Life, and a lot of cars are oversped by today's standards just so they could like overcome the bad physics. But that's how they used to do it. They used to have this chassis res out, low prim. It's only 15 prim, and you'd have your chassis, your seat, and then any of the parts that moved, like the tires. Because if you were to wear the tires and you would try to steer, they would have a different rotation axis, and it wouldn't steer right. So you would have the tires on, and then if your car had opening doors, hood, or trunk, those would be all attached to this piece right here that gets resed out, and then all the other body parts and all the other detail parts on the part that you wear, they would just be worn by your avatar. And as a matter of fact, let's click on this. And see, this uses 57 prim, so the top is 57 prims. It's way over the 31 prim limit. So that's how they used to do, make an over 31 prim vehicle, which technically it was over 31 prim, but it was a resin wear setup where you res the chassis and wear the body. And then I'm not sure. Now, one of the items is not copyable. It's probably a script or a pose that's not copyable. but we have a copy in inventory, so we still got a copy of it. So I'm not sure what year it happened or what time it happened, and if anybody out there that's watching this video knows, you can leave a comment in the you can leave the answer down in the comments section below. But when Viewer 3 came out, as I understand, they did something called the convex hull glitch, where you could build a vehicle over 31 Prim, all as one piece, one one object, and it would be drivable. It wasn't entirely solid, but there was phantom parts. Actually, that's how the glitch worked. By making some parts phantom, it actually like discounted some pieces, and the overall Prim count of the vehicle would go down. But it allowed you to build a vehicle right up to the Prim linking limit, which is 256. And I'm going to show you that. And there's scripts out there that do it, but they're a little tricky. Sometimes they don't always work. Sometimes they're temperamental. But this way that I'm going to show you, anybody can do it. They don't have to have you don't have to buy anything special. You can just do it right off your edit menu. And it's just really easy, and if it gets goofed up, it's no big deal. It's easy to correct. So we're going to start by taking this car. Blue car is 30 Prims. And let's see. Let's say you wanted to add some details to the car. Oh, first thing I'm going to do is 0 the rotation of everything. There we go. And we'll just say we want to add some trim strips to this car. I'm not going to get too detailed with them. I'm just going to throw them on just to show. It's a balance. Gotcha. Okay. And for the texture, I'm just going to go with metal. There we go. And I'm just going to copy some of these, put them on the trunk, and then put them on the sides. I'm not going to put a lot of them. I just want to get past 31 Prims to show you what happens when you do build something over 31 Prims initially, and then how to get around it. Because that's been, since I've been in Second Life, that's been the big question. Can you build cars over 31 Prims? How do you do it? Is it even possible? And a lot of people, they don't want to make them with the resin wear. Because they want a vehicle that's all one piece that you can just put out and drive. Oops. I'm just going to move this out of the way here. All the way down there. position. Shift and that looks, oh man, I had it and then I lost it. It was right, there we are. Okay, and you know what, a little bit more out, just a wee bit more out. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. So what you would do is you would just build your car as detailed as you wanted. And that is, alright, 4 prims linked to the car makes 34 prims object link. So now it looks like everything's fine. It looks like it's gonna run. But let's see. As you can see, it's 34 prims. So we're gonna go ahead and jump on it. Start. And the motor starts up and we get this message right here. It's a triangle with paper. I'm gonna click that and it's a script. Warning, error script. Blue car can't enable physics for objects with physics resource costs greater than 32. Yeah. Because originally it was 31 prims you couldn't go over. So now it's 32. So we're over prim by 2 prims. We're over by 2 prims. Car won't move. I mean, I'll sit and drive it. I can't even steer. Can't, oh, you can steer, but car will not move. Your car's accelerate. So you can see I could steer, and the car, the accelerating noise would go, but that's all it would do is just sit there and make noise. So how to get this thing to actually move and start driving again, like it was before, is you got to right click on the car and select edit, then go to edit link parts and click on your wheel, go to general, and where it says object just type in solid, SOLID, and just do that for all the tires, SOLID. And the name doesn't have to be just solid. I mean, it could be you have like object, but as long as you put a space and you put SOLID solid somewhere in there. I mean, it could even be like let's see, you can say right rear wheel, but as long as you got a space and the word solid is in there somewhere, that's fine. And you got it for all 4 wheels. You click add edit link parts, and now here's where the magic begins. And when you're building, if you know you're gonna build an over 31 prim car, you can automatically just name the wheels solid right off the bat. So then you click your car, you click out of edit link parts, and you select your whole vehicle, and you go to features. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to bring up Queenie to show this off real quick. I'm going to have her. Whoop, don't want her to jump over it. I just want her to jump on it. Okay. So Queenie's on the car right now. As you can see, the car is solid. It's physical. I'm going to pull back the camera a little bit. You can see Queenie standing on the car. Car's physical. You're going to go to, in the features tab, you're going to go to physics shape type, and you're going to click none. Now the whole car is phantom. As you can see, Queenie Meow just fell through it. and it says you'll get a message saying cannot set root prim to have no shape. So the root prim has to have some kind of shape, which is fine. You just click that OK, and now you're going to go to edit link parts, and you're going to start clicking back on the wheels, selecting those wheels one at a time, and you're going to go down to, from none, you're going to go past prim to convex hull. Convex hull, you're going to do that for all the wheels. Just going to select convex hull. And convex hull. And if you're doing something like an RV and you want people to be able to walk around inside the RV, what you would do is you would select Queenie Meow's her dress is getting in my way here. You would select the floor. Come back so I can show I got the floor selected. I'm going to type in solid. Features, physics shape type, select to convex hull, and there we go. And as soon as Queenie Meow moves, it'll become solid. There we go. See, she's coming up through the car. Now that floor is solid and she can walk around in it. When she goes past it, she'll fall out. Now normally for cars you're not going to need to make their floor solid like this. I'm just showing you the floor in case anybody has an RV. You can do that if you're making an RV, and you can make it to where people can go up inside and walk around in it. Alright, so now the car has been set to phantom state with the tires solid. Now we're going to right click and hit drive. The car settles down and now it's ready to drive. We'll back up. There we go. I just wanted to turn down the sound because I don't know if that's going to override me talking, the sound of the car. But as you can see now, the car is fully drivable just as it was before. I'm getting stuck because these lights up here hanging down are blocking the car. But as you can see, you can drive around now. It's really easy. Anybody can do it. You don't need any special tools or anything. You just follow the simple directions like that, and you'll have a over 31 Prim car drivable. Let me turn my sound back on here. There we go. I know that car's kind of loud, and I didn't know if you'd be able to hear me over it, but actually if I pull my camera back, let's see, it sounds just fine, and everything's working just fine within it. It just looks funny when you stand up because you'll be, since the rest of it's phantom, you'll pass through it. But and one other thing with this is if you go to edit, right here it's the selected objects 1 primitives 34 li 20. Now when you go from prim to none, when you first do the glitch and select to none, the amount of building blocks that your vehicle's made out of is going to go down. So here it says we're using 34 prims, but the LI, it stands for land impact. The land impact is only 20. So the sim, the second life ground or area is only counting this car as being made up of 20 prims instead of 34. And when you're using, the more prims you use, the more it gets taken off. So if you use like 256 prims to build a car, it'll end up going down depending on what the scripts and everything is in the vehicle. It'll probably go down to like 150 or like 170 or so from 250 or from 256. So it's going to discount how many Prims your vehicle's made out of, which is pretty cool. In some areas, you would definitely, your car would definitely be given back to you if you were driving through an area that only was allowing so many Prims. Like if you're driving around the roads in the mainland out here, sometimes your car will get thrown back to you if it's like over Prim. But like this one here is really low Prim. Here 20, that's really low. And you could do it with the ships as well, like the yachts. Like how, first we had the yacht where we made the reservoir chassis, which was 32 Prim, I think, and then the higher Prim stuff was just was worn on. Obviously, with our big yacht, we had each floor was like over 200 Prim, so that there was no choice but to have wearable parts on that. But if you had like a smaller yacht, you could do the yacht the same way as this car. If you had like a little yacht the size of this house, you could make it with 256 Prims and do the same thing, and then the Prims would be discounted, and some parts would be phantom, and you would have like the floors would be your solid parts. But you could still get away with that, with having that vehicle, having that yacht as just one object, just one single vehicle, no attachments, and still be able to drive it around just fine, as if it were under 31 Prims. So I hope you enjoyed this video on how to build over 31 cars. If you have any questions or any comments, just leave them below in the comment section. And in the meantime, you know what to do. You hit that like and subscribe button to make your daddy proud like you mean it. And I got that all backwards. But it's alright. So stay tuned for more exciting build videos and glitches and cheat codes. There is no cheat codes in Second Life, as far as I know anyways. In virtual worlds, cheat codes don't really exist, but there is glitches, and so at least with glitches we can still get around stuff and do stuff out of the norm. But anyways, this is Thomas XSL and Queenie Meow telling y'all to take care and have fun building, and let me know what y'all building. And let's see. Yeah, if you're in the world, you can show me pictures, or we can go to a sandbox and you can show me what you've built and how your cars have come out. I would like to do. Man, it would be really cool to do an episode with Blender, which is the modeling program. It's for free. But unfortunately, Blender just kicks my butt. I don't know how to navigate in it. It's really tricky. But I mean, I'm sure if you made a car with like 3D Max, or what's the other one, Curvy, or any other modeling program, you'd be able to bring it into Second Life. So that would be pretty cool to see. We do have I want to get a GIMP episode going and an Audacity episode going. And GIMP, all that is really is a free version of Photoshop, and Audacity is I'm not sure what audio programs are out there, but Audacity is a free audio version of like Photoshop, where you can do different like sound bites, and you can even create your own sounds for cars in Second Life, and we'll get more into that too. But until the meantime, take care and have fun. Now that the secret's out, go and build those Prim hogs.